Assalamu alaikum student. How are you all? Hope you would be doing great. So we will continue our lecture that is on research design, and this is our lecture 3. It's your teacher Rafiq Ahmad Khoro. And before starting our lecture, obviously you remember our previous points. We were discussing different categorization factors or main domains which needs to be elaborated in a research report or research paper in the third section of a research, that is research design. So first was research problem, second literature review and hypothesis building. This is third step of research process which we are learning, that is research design. And within research design there are certain factors which need to be considered while conducting research or writing research report. So having discussed previous, currently we are going to discuss the population and sampling. This is very much important to clearly define what is your population, what is your sampling, what are your strategies or tactics for collecting data, from where that data is collected. It is very much important. So first of all, we are going to learn some terminologies. The first one is population. So what is population? In simple, there is the entire group of people of interest from whom the researcher needs to obtain information. What could be the example? We are going to carry an example for understanding. Let's say suppose there's a businessman who wants to establish a new company in the market of footwear, and within footwear that person is interested in sports shoes. So the population is from Pakistan. So all the people who play any kind of game and they wear the shoes, sports shoes, that could be said as the population. Normally students confuse themselves that if they are going to target Pakistan, so the whole population 22 crore is their population. No. The population is what? The group of interest from where information is obtained, or the group of people who are targeted in terms of any product is sale. This concept is used in both places, in marketing and in this research or marketing research. This is the same concept where you STP strategies, segmentation, targeting and positioning. At that time when you decide what is your target and what you are going to select. So segmentation, what is your segment, targeting and positioning. This is the same way process. If you want to remember it, you can remember by aligning these concepts with the STP strategies. So we will carry forward this example of sports shoes. So let us suppose I am interested to investigate, or I am interested to solve the problem that factors that affect a sportsman which creates hindrances in playing or going beyond in their field, or playing in particular field, let's suppose cricket, hockey, volleyball, etc. So as I have told you, you need to categorize yourself that what is your interest, group of interest. So here we have measured down to the targeted people, they are sportsmen. So the another term which is used, that is what is sampling. Sampling is choosing or selection of a subset of population. So let's say suppose if we said all the sportsmen in Pakistan, so the sampling will be particular people. Either I will be targeting only hockey or cricket or football, or I can create mix of them. Let's say suppose 100 from each game, 100 players from each game. If I am going to obtain data, there may be many methods of sampling procedure, but it is very much important to remember that it is a subset of your entire population, total population of your interests. Another term which is used, that is census. Census is what? A polling of entire population. Normally you have heard about the census of Pakistan. Government conduct the census and the representative of governments visit each household and they try to confirm how many members, male, female, race, each and everything. They confirm, they compile this data. So same way, this is entire population polling. So this was terminology before understanding further related with the population and sampling. These are the definitions from your research books. Research population is generally a large collection of individuals or objects that is the main focus of scientific inquiry. I have already explained it. It is related with your previous these terms. However, this is a particular full definition which you guys need to consider. Another definition is sampling is a process used in statistical analysis in which a predetermined number of observations are taken from a larger population. Now, here we have simply defined what is sampling. As a terminology, we have considered it as a subset of population. However, here you can see in definition it is clearly given that it is a process. Process is what? A flow, a circle in which activity needs to be completed, and further it is a statistical job. There are certain sampling methods as well. We are going to learn ahead after this, or probably in next lecture we will be understanding the sampling methods. So you can till now understand that is the process, and there are some statistical analysis are conducted to extract sample from the larger population. This is a picture from where you can understand. So the larger circle represents the population of interest, and sample represents the target from where you want to collect your data. So this is what graphical representation somehow to make you understand what is population and what is sampling. This is a sampling design process. How sampling is designed. First of all, population is defined. Is in my previous example, first I defined that in order to obtain data or in order to solve the problem related to sportsman, I define population that all let's suppose footwear creates problem or hindrances in playing any game. What are the factors that create hindrances in playing cricket, in playing any game? And from footwear, obviously we will not go towards the business shoes, casual shoes. Rather, a researcher would focus on sports shoes. So we narrow down from Pakistani whole population to the sports people, from whole footwear to the sports footwear, and then it is need to determine sampling frame. We need to list down either cricket people, football people, hockey sportsman, male sportsman, female sportsman. So the list needs to be created from that population which has been already defined, that which is going to be targeted for collecting the data. When a list is available, then sampling procedure is to be decided. And from sampling procedure, a researcher have two options. First is probability sampling and second is non-probability sampling. Usually people call them, there are two basically kinds, you can say, methods of sampling procedure, that is probability and non-probability, and each has different types of sampling procedures. So probability has, let us suppose, first we will learn in detail in next lecture. Currently we are trying to only understand the process. So first of all, I am going to define what is probability and what is non-probability so that you can understand this design process. Probability is where each and every individual has chance of some occurrence, and it requires statistical, rather I would say it requires much focus of statistical analysis. Non-probability is when researcher uses his or her own intellect and not going properly with statistical analysis or giving particular equal chance of occurrence to any sample or population unit representative. So these two, probability and non-probability samplings, are used, and you need to clearly mention that what was your population, how you developed your sampling frame, and what was your sampling procedure. Either you went with the probability sampling or you went with the non-probability sampling. So let's say suppose if you are going with the probability sampling, then you have certain options: simple random sampling like stratified sampling or cluster sampling. We will learn in that in next lecture, but I am giving you a bit hint to understand what is in it. So let's suppose simple random sampling is what simply each individual has chance of occurrence. Cluster, let's suppose in Pakistan you have 4 provinces. So if you are going to collect data of sportsmen, so you are going to make clusters, you need to consider the population of each province, and let's suppose you are, this is a supposition, I am not calculating exactly statistically. You are taking data from Punjab, that is 1500, and from Sindh, that is 1000, and from KP, that is 700, and from Balochistan 500. Let's suppose you made clusters of 4 provinces and you have collected the data like that. So you have another sampling procedure, that is non-probability, in which mostly researchers use, that is convenience sampling, which is most convenient to the researcher, or judgmental or quota is created, and this is like cluster, but in quota statistically it is not extracted statistically that how much proportion should be given to each cluster or quota, or you can say in our example each province. So in quota, you generally researcher on his or her own intellect or or his or her own understanding provide the quota to each, let us suppose province in our example, as we have considered by considering our sports shoes. So once it is also decided that with which researcher is going, let's suppose researcher is going with the uh, convenience sampling, then what is to be decided, then it is very much important to determine appropriate sample size, that how much sample will be collected. Why? Because it is also important in this whole process, the data is collected by considering that it represents the whole population. It should not say that it is not the picture of whole population. When a researcher conducts research on that footwear effect on sports or shoes effect on sports, so sportsmen should not claim that no, this data does not represent properly to us. Let us suppose cricketers should not say that okay, the sample collected from Pakistan does not represent the cricketers, rather it only represents the footballers and hockey players. So same way, I am giving you a journal example. You watch televisions, and usually on news channels you watch that some news channels say that research has proved blah blah blah, research has proved this one thing. So they only conduct a survey of which party is mostly famous in Pakistan, which party is going to win the election, which party is like that. So they do not tell you exactly how many people were contacted. They conduct, let's suppose, a survey on phone call. So how many people were phone called, and either they were called in only urban areas or rural areas were also covered, or the people from each province were covered. So these things are not informed properly to the target audience. That is why it creates doubts in the mind of people that how they have come to these conclusions. So appropriate size, enough size which also represent the population, and at the end is executing sampling design. So what you have designed, that should be executed, and once a strategy is made, go for the data collection and collect the data with your predetermined population, sampling and its techniques and each and everything. Thank you for now, and we will learn these probability and non-probability sampling techniques in detail. So thank you for now. Take care. Allah Hafiz.